Hello, my name is Hamish Robertson and I am the co-founder and CEO of the Watch Collectors Club. This is my weekly vlog into my journey into the crazy world of entrepreneurship. It's very warm here today in London and it means I can't have my traditional cup of tea while recording this video. It's very much an ice cool water kind of day, and if I'm a little bit pinker than usual, that's why. The video will have three parts. What have I achieved this week? What have I learned this week? And what have I noticed this week that I'd like to share with you all? What did I achieve this week? Well, I got us up and running with the accountant. So that should keep us on the straight and narrow as and when we have outgoing costs, incoming revenues. We don't want to make any mistakes. I also did a lot of brainstorming and I really got a bit closer to thinking about our content strategy, what we're going to need for our marketing plan, who we're going to use to do that in terms of external help. So really working on that kind of thing this week. What did I learn this week? Firstly, I learned that brainstorming on paper is a really good idea. I didn't really do much of it in my old job. I probably haven't done much brainstorming on paper since I was a student. This week I found it really helpful just being able to see things on a large sheet of paper, move them around and make the connections. The other thing I learned was all about Google. So thinking about our digital marketing strategy and learning about how Google works and those of our future members who are going to find us through Google, and really understanding how clever it is now, which led to two things. One is it's going to mean that we should use external help to really make this plan. The other thing is it reminded me how large the opportunity set is, because when you do things well from the start, you can find a lot of people who look for really interesting help when they're using Google, and we can really help them with that. That's why we want to set up this Watch Collectors Club, to really help people out with a lot of the non-obvious things about the watch world. What have I noticed this week that I wanted to pass on? Well, for the first time, I'd like to talk about the pandemic. I've noticed recently that levels of confusion are going up about the pandemic again, and people who have maybe not been following along, or as we've eased out of lockdown, they've maybe taken less interest. Also, the government messaging and other people's messaging has been a little bit more confusing maybe. And I just wanted to say that this reminds me of February and March, when things were very difficult for everyone in the pandemic. But from my perspective, that makes it clear how we should respond. We should just respond by sticking to what we know works. So starting from the basics, it's continuing to hand wash and hand sanitize. There's a lot of places now have hand sanitizer all over the place. Use it every time you get the chance. That definitely reduces infectious disease and the contagion of COVID. The second thing is stay in ventilated places. So there's evidence from all over the world that what COVID likes best is unventilated areas where people can transmit the virus in a room or in a small space. So everywhere you can, meet with people in very well ventilated spaces, outside, or if not outside, somewhere nice and large. I was in a great restaurant this week. It was a nice summer evening. It was a very large restaurant. The windows and doors were all open. It was great. But if you can't always be in a ventilated space, maybe you're in a shop or a service provider or on a transport, you should wear a mask. The evidence from around the world is very clear that mask wearing significantly reduces transmission. It's why, after all, surgeons wear them in operating theatres and have done for decades. So those are the three things you should just stick to. You have to manage your own risk and keep those things as really good habits to have. And I've certainly been trying my best wearing my mask out and about on today, the hottest day of the year, as I had to go to some shops. I'll finish there. Thanks again for watching. If you're interested, please follow me on LinkedIn or the Watch Collectors Club on Instagram, or of course leave your email at www.thewatchcollectors.club to hear more from us and our future news. Thank you.